What's up, everybody? My name is Marshall and I'm from Jerico Vapes, and today I'm going to be doing a review for you guys. We're going to be taking a look at the Cuboid Mini made by Joyetech. The Cuboid Mini is an 80-watt device. It comes with a 5 ml tank, but let's compare it to some things. The tank on top is very similar to the Cubist tank because the way that you fill it up, you just unscrew the top cap. I would consider it the step up or the big brother to the AIO because it's a starter kit, but it's a little bit more powerful than this AIO. But we're going to compare it to the Cuboid, the full size. As you can see, quite a bit difference in size. The Cuboid's taller, it's fatter. It's let's see if it's any wider. Yep, it's definitely wider also. So this is an all-around bigger device because this has the tank on here, a 5 ml tank on top, and it's just a little bit taller with the tank on. So it's a pretty small device, but let's vape it and we'll go up close and talk about it. Alright guys, when you get this device, it's going to have the mod with the tank. We'll see what else comes in here. Down under here, we have got an RBA head, a rebuildable section, with a little Allen key. That Allen key is pretty important. I'll show you guys what you do with it. Comes with another drip tip and some grub nuts in there. This drip tip has the cone in it, so it's got a more cut-off airflow, more mouth-to-lung style. It comes with 3 coils when you receive it. I've got the notch coil in there. It's a 0.25 ohm right now. It also comes with a 1.5 ohm Clapton coil and a 0.5 ohm stainless steel coil. So whatever your vaping needs are, it definitely has the coil for you. This is just a card that it comes with. It talks about the difference in the coils that are options for this tank. It tells you the vapor production, the preferred wattage, and everything about the tank. We've got a warranty card in there with a certificate of authenticity. We've got a manual for the tank itself. We have got a manual for the mod, tells you how to use everything, but I'm going to explain it all. And it also comes with a charging cable, and it also is upgradable. So you can upgrade this. If they come out with new firmware, you can upgrade everything. But let's take a look at the mod itself. When you receive the mod, the tank won't be screwed onto it. So this is what it looks like. Pretty small mod. It's 80 watts. It's got a firing button right here on the side. That's how you fire it. And it has a wattage up and a wattage down. You also can scroll through your menu. I'll show you all that. It's got holes down here on the bottom for venting. And on the side, opposite of the fire button, you have the charging / update port. It's got a spring-loaded 510 pin up there. Looks to be gold or copper plated. Let's take a look at the tank. The tank is a 5 ml tank. It's square, so it fits flushly onto the mod. I like that. I like stuff that's all matchy-matchy. It's got a non-adjustable 510 pin. To take the top off, you can actually pull your drip tip out, but I'm not going to do that. But I'll show you guys how to take the coil out and fill the tank up. You just spin this similar to the Cubist. Right here's the coil. The coil will screw onto the shaft right there. And then to fill it up, it's got a nice big fill port right there. You put your bottle in there and start filling it up. Now the way to know how far to fill this tank up, right here on the front, the glass window to see your liquid, you fill it up into where the glass turns black. That's how you know when it's fully filled up with your e-liquid. When you first get the tank, it's got 2 holes right here on the side, and that's where this little Allen key comes in handy, because what you're going to want to do is loosen it up, and then once it's loose, and you'll be able to tell, you don't want to take the grub nuts out, but you want to loosen it up till it's really loose. And then you just start screwing your tank on. And you'll notice when it's loose, you cannot get your tank fully tightened onto the mod. And so what you're going to do, you're going to keep screwing it till it's pretty close, and then you put the Allen key in there and tighten it, and that'll actually pull the tank together onto the mod. So that way it's all flush, and if not, you're going to get a sign that says atomizer short. I've noticed a lot of people online have had issues with it saying atomizer short. That's because they're not putting the tank on. You have to loosen these up and then screw it on and then tighten them for the tank and the mod to work together. Otherwise, you can put your own tank on here if you have another tank that you prefer, and you won't have to do any of the adjusting, but if you're using this tank, you have to do that step. But it's a pretty simple device. Let me explain the menu. 5 clicks on, 5 clicks off. So it's off right now. When it's off, if you hold the wattage up and the wattage down button, which is this panel right here, hold them both, it will flip the orientation of the screen, so now the screen's facing down. But if you hold the buttons again, screens flip back up facing the right way. So we're going to 5 clicks to turn the device on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Device is on. I am in power mode / wattage mode right now. You can press the wattage up button if you want to go up with your wattage. You can press the wattage down. If you hold it, it will obviously scroll through faster. To switch through the modes of this device, it'll be 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Oh, I did 5 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Oh, not again. Oh, yep, it's blinking. So you're in power mode. If you scroll to the right, you're in bypass mode. It's mechanical style mod now. Scroll again, it's in temperature nickel mode. If you scroll again, it's in temperature titanium mode. Scroll through another time, you're in temperature stainless steel, and this tank comes with 2 stainless steel coils. Scroll again, you're in TCR, which you can adjust all of your power and everything you're doing. And you're back into power mode if you hit it one more time. So I'm going to vape it in power mode real quick. That's at 50 watts on the notch coil. The notch coil can handle a lot of power compared to the other coils. The 1.5 ohm Clapton coil is more of a mouth to lung style. I'd say maximum of about 30 watts. The 0.5 ohm coil, that's a stainless steel, so you can vape it in temperature control or wattage mode. The stainless steel can handle about 35 watts max, so that's another mouth to lung, but it's a little bit more airy. But then the notch coil, like I'm using, is a straight lung inhale, and you can also vape that nickel, titanium, or stainless steel mode. I've never seen a mod be able to use all 3 temp control functions for the stainless steel coil, so I think that's pretty neat. I haven't tried all 3 functions, but in the manual it says you can. But that was power mode. I'm going to switch it over to temperature mode, or stainless steel. I'm in power. I'll flip it to the right. I'm in bypass, nickel, titanium, stainless steel. Now, if I want to adjust the wattage while I'm in stainless steel, instead of pressing to the right, I press to the left. You're down into your power mode. Now, the only way to scroll through it is press the right power up button. It'll scroll you all the way up to 80 watts. Then you press it again, you're back down at round robins to 1. I'm going to scroll this power up to about 50 watts. 55 is good. And now if you want to go down, you can lock your resistance by pressing the power down button again. It's going to take you down to the resistance. And if you press to the right, it's unlocked. And press to the right again, it's locked. You can scroll down to your amps. I don't think you can adjust anything in your amp mode. But if you press it one more time, you're back up to the top. You lock the device in the function that you want with the fire button. So I'm going to hit the fire button once. And we're going to vape this in stainless steel mode for a second. I've got it at 440 degrees in stainless steel mode. It's a nice warm vapor, but it's not hot. You can vape it up to 600 degrees Fahrenheit. So you can get pretty temperature, you can get pretty high in your temperature, and it's going to be a good vape. I'm at 440 right now at 56 watts. That's pretty good vapor for temp control. I'm not a temp control vapor at all. I do not use temperature control, but these coils, I'm really liking them in temperature control. Never thought that I'd say that, but temperature control mode, it's definitely a big plus. So I'm going to switch it back over to wattage, 3 clicks. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to adjust it back over into wattage mode. Back into power mode. So now I'm at 50 watts with no temp control. I'm going to vape it again so you can see the difference in the cloud production. When you're not in temperature control mode, obviously it's going to be a little bit warmer of a vape. I like a warm vape, so it's a nice draw. It's a nice lung inhale on these notch coils. I gotta say, this is a really nice mod. These notch coils have impressed me. The notch coils aren't just normal Kanthal or nickel wrapped around a device to a certain width. They're actually a solid tube of stainless steel that they have notches cut out. So that way you can wick into there and get into your wicking. So it's a really neat design. I think a lot of tanks are going to switch to this notch style where you're definitely going to get a more consistent vape than if you're using wire. So I like it a lot. Let's talk about the pros and the cons of this device. The pros are it's 80 watts and it's small. It's got a lot of battery life. I think it's 3,000 milliamp hours. Don't quote me on that, but I believe that's what it's at. The screen's nice and bright, easy to read. Oh, I didn't show you. You can actually lock your screen by pressing the up and the down on the wattage button at the same time. It's going to say key lock, and so now you cannot adjust your wattage up or down. You can vape when it's locked, but you cannot adjust it. Now, I'm going to unlock it real quick. It's unlocked. So now if you want to go into stealth mode, you hit the fire button and the wattage up or the wattage down button at the same time. You hold those together. Now you're in stealth mode. When the stealth mode's on, when you're vaping, screen's not going to light up while you're vaping. So if you're vaping at night and you don't want a bright light, you might kick it over into stealth mode. But I'm going to take it out of stealth mode by pressing the wattage down and the fire button. Stealth is off, so now you can see the screen again. Pros and cons. The device is small. It's got 80 watts, so it's a lot of power. It doesn't get too hot. The tank holds 5 mils, so it holds a decent amount of juice. I love the coils and how to fill it up. Like I've said in the Cubis and the AIO reviews, I think it's really the next big thing in vaping is where you can pull the whole coil out. You're not going to get as much airflow, obviously, because the airflow is coming through here. I didn't show you how to adjust it. You just spin this little top of the drip tip right here. You spin it to the left. You can't really tell. That's how you close it down. You spin it back to the right. It's back opened up. And so when you're screwing your tank on, you're probably going to automatically open your airflow up. So if you want to adjust it, you spin it to the left a little bit. That's how you close it off. But overall, it's a pretty good mod. Cons. The screen, actually, I don't know if you can tell, you probably can on screen, but the screen is just a tad bit ever so crooked, and that, I'm OCD about things, so I noticed that. I don't know if it's just my device or if it's a batch of these that have a little bit of a crooked screen, but it's not horrible. If you're not looking for it, you might not notice it, but I noticed it. Also, the tank, you have to use the Allen key to get the tank to sit flush. I'm not a big fan of that, to be honest, because it becomes a hassle if you want to take the tank off, put the tank back on. It becomes a hassle after a while of putting it on and off, and I just don't think it's a good feature to have. I know a lot of people online have had issues with it saying atomizer sore or low atomizer because the connection between the 510s on the mod and the tank are not seated properly. And so you got to make sure that you are doing it how the manual says. You loosen up the Allen keys on each side, you screw the tank on, then tighten it back up, so that's going to bring it together so you're going to have a good solid connection. That's a con in my opinion for sure. Other than that, the device was a little bit dirty when I got it. The screen, it looks like there might be machine oil on it, but I can't tell if that's machine oil or not because it doesn't really go away. And I've cleaned the inside, I've cleaned the outside. It's kind of a little bit hazy in there. Other than that, I think it's a great device. So if you're looking to get an 80 watt device with an internal battery that's USB chargeable, I think this is a great device. It's a step up from the AIO because you're going to get longer battery life. It comes with the notch coil. You can adjust your wattage on the mod. So it's the step up, the big brother from this starter kit. This is the best starter kit on the market in my opinion. Right here. If you're looking to quit smoking and get into vaping, you need to get an AIO. But if it's time to take a step up, you want more power, you want to vape at a higher wattage, you want a more dense, flavorful vape, this is a good option in my opinion. So you can go to joyetech.com and pick one of these up. Also, a lot of wholesalers have it online. Stop into your local shop. Always try to support local vaping because those are the people who make the economy grow. Those are your brothers and sisters in the community, and we want to support the local vape community. So guys, stop in sometime here at Jerico Vapes if you want, or stop in at your local shop and pick one up. But that about wraps it up, guys. So make sure you guys like the video down there and subscribe to our channel. It would really mean a lot, guys. So share this all over social media and have a great day. Bye.